Hi and welcome to Healthy Life Hacks. I'm Jefferies, the present-day wise woman, a realistic naturopath coming to you from the surfing beaches of Australia. This podcast is for those of you who are wanting to really rock your life and health and live from a place of prevention. Let's get into today's episode. But Jen, seriously, it's trail mix. It's good for me, isn't it? It's nuts and it's seeds and little things like that. Isn't it healthy? Well, I wish I could just say, yeah, it is. But the majority of the trail mixes that you buy are not. Traditionally, trail mix was developed in 1968. Yes, by a bunch of surfers. Well, two California surfers. Yes. And they blended peanuts and raisins together for an energy snack. Being a surfer, I get it. I absolutely get it. It's interesting over the years, it's also known as GORP nowadays, G-O-R-P, which is good old raisins and peanuts. I love it. I love it. And it was originally kind of blended, like I say, for these surfers to be for an energy when you're doing sustained kind of exercise. So, taking it on a hike, which is why it evolved to be called trail mix. But nowadays it's become kind of a regular snack. You think it's good for you and it's not necessarily. So let's break it down. So you're thinking, okay, so it's got nuts in it. Nuts are packed with healthy fats and protein and fiber and good nutrients to just help keep you full. You think, yay! And yeah, totally. Nuts are, and they can be packed with heart healthy, good fats and, good fiber and good things. However, most trail mixes, they coat them in sugar and salt, which, tastes yum when you're out on the trail. However, it's not cool. It's just not cool. Then we come to dried fruit. This is one of my personal peeves. Dried fruit is absolutely, it's a great source of fiber and vitamins and minerals. So whether you're using sultanas or raisins or currants, it doesn't matter. This is a really important thing to remember in life. The majority of dried fruits out there in the marketplace, and the way you tell the difference is if you're buying the really plump, juicy ones, they are sulfur dried. Yes, they gas them with sulfur to be able to make them, to retain that juiciness as they dry. But sulfur in excess, anything in excess is not good for us. And the kind of dried fruit that is actually good for you is the dry, rubbery, hard to chew kind of ones. It's that truth. So if you've been buying those really yummy little juicy sultanas and currants and raisins, they're not so good. So apricots are the classic. You buy those, the really bright orange, juicy, yummy apricots. They are so sulfur loaded. They're no good. Someone like me who's allergic to sulfur, they're a huge trap. So the dry, rubbery kind of dried fruit is good. Tick, chuck that in your trail mix, not the nice, juicy ones. If you do go eating the sulfur dry ones, you'll notice you start getting really bloated. Sulfur is also found in foods like onions and garlic. It'll bloat. It'll bloat and fart. Yes, it will. You do not want to be doing bloating and farting out on the trail. It's just the truth. The other thing that we find in trail mixes nowadays is they're loaded in granola, and granolas will be generally sweetened, toasted kind of mueslis. I also, I've seen them out there in the shops that have got things like M&Ms and different kind of chocolates and things in them. Not cool. So I thought I'd give you a simple, easy to make, healthy trail mix recipe. Here it is. And you can go to the show notes to get your, if you can't write it down fast enough if you are driving. So don't worry, it's in the show notes. You can go back to it. So you want to add nuts, absolutely. So things like almonds and pecans with walnuts and cashews and all really, really good, even peanuts, but raw. Now we want seeds, pepitas, which are pumpkin seeds, so loaded in zinc, so good for us. Sunflower seeds, so good for us. We want some dried up, shriveled up, unsweetened dried fruit. So we get some natural sugars when we are out hiking or doing whatever we're doing that we want that sustained energy. You can add something like some fun stuff in it, but I'd be putting something like dark chocolate nibs in it, unsweetened, preferably dark chocolate nibs. 80%, something like that is way better for you than chucking in a handful of M&Ms. It just is. It just is. And look, the closer you stick to it, the quicker you get results on everything. So you'll get more energy, not energy and then crash. You go chucking in a handful of M&Ms, you will have energy and then crash. And I know if you're out there on the hike, you don't want to be doing that. Speaking of energy and those kind of things, Adding spices like cinnamon and nutmeg and even a pinch of salt are great. So pinch of salt, yes, of good pink Himalayan kind of salt maybe. But cinnamon, apart from, it's a digestive spice, it's also really good for helping to regulate blood sugar levels. So helping to even our energy levels when you're on a trail is a good idea as well. Check it out. Now, you can mix all that together, chuck it all around, keep it in an airtight container for about a month, keep it in the fridge, and just decant, into a little baggie or something when you're going to go hiking. That's a simple, easy recipe, way better for you than the stuff that you're going to buy in the supermarket. So the healthy life hack for this edition is pretty simple. Have a go at making your own healthy trail mix and send me a message on what you put in yours. So head over to the show notes, www.healthylifehacks.com.au, where you'll be able to find that recipe I just shared. See ya. I want to thank you for being here today. If you enjoyed my podcast, please let me know by leaving a review on Apple Podcast. Every month, I draw one lucky person who leaves a review on Apple Podcast to have a free 1-hour consultation with me. Be sure to subscribe to the show wherever you're tuning in from so that you always catch the next episode. And if you would like to receive a free copy of my Feed Your Body ebook, simply click the link in the comments below. Join my newsletter and we will get that free ebook sent to you. I welcome your emails and you can write to me at podcast@healthylifehacks.com.au. Until next time, remember, when it comes to life, live it, love it, and get on with it.